Hello and welcome to the part 2. We are talking about content marketing and how to implement it in your business or in your personal brand. That's why, as you can see, hyper popular content security. I'm a content security today because we are talking about content marketing, but this is the part 2. So please, if you haven't watched previous video, part 1, go ahead and watch this video and then come back because this is really important. Basically, to create content, there's 3 steps. Understand your audience, target audience and customer profile. We talked about this in the previous video. Understand yourself. That is branding, positioning your personal style. And that's the video you are watching right now. And we're gonna talk about understand yourself. And then the next video, we're gonna talk about creating all the secrets, all the life hacks. How long should be the video? How frequently you should post the video? We're gonna talk about this in the part 3, but right now, understand yourself. Let me remind you of the quote by Seth Godin that the content marketing is the only marketing left, and that is really important, and that's why we should focus more on the content marketing. He who knows others is wise, he who knows himself is enlightened. In the previous video, you already become wise. Today you're gonna become enlightened. How amazing this is. And Lao Tzu really knew something about target audiences and branding. Obviously these quotes are related to this. So brand attributes: tone of voice, attitude, how you present yourself, how you speak, how you present your messages, look and feel, visual words, what is your style, how you dress, what's your design elements, who you champion, value proposition, X factor, why you different, messaging, how you translate your messages, who is your enemy, who you hate and wanna beat up to the death, and of course your quotes. Let's start with Andrew Tate and his examples and see how these guys, popular guys, implementing this knowledge that I already showed you. Tone of voice. So he's confident, assertive, provocative, and controversial. In everything he is saying, he's like this, that's true. Look and feel, flashy, luxurious, showcasing wealth and power. This is the Andrew Tate. He champions real men, top G, and rich people. Value proposition offers tips on making money, personal development, and living high status life. His messaging is encouraging being strong, resilient, and always aiming for success, being the real man. Pussy, real man. And his enemy is basically mediocrity, 9-to-5 job mindset, and the matrix that is constantly attacking him. His quote is, "I'm not sorry for being rich, successful, and unapologetically me. And the most dangerous men on earth are the weak men." So this is Andrew Tate's brand. And as you can see, by all these aspects, we analyzed everything he is doing. And if you want to replicate his style and we want to create content exactly like Andrew Tate, we just analyzed and we already have basically the recipe. Basically the recipe how to create this kind of content. And this is good and this is powerful. Because if you want to replicate something, you know how to do it. Just analyze by all of these things that I already shared with you. Let's look at another example, more chill. Nike example. Tone of voice, inspirational, motivational, and empowering. Look and feel dynamic, energetic, and sleek, and you can see it in every of their design posts, commercials, webpage, everywhere. This kind of style, this kind of look, in everything they're doing. Who they champion, athletes, sport community, and youth. Value proposition, what they offer. They provide high quality sport gear to help you perform better and feel inspired. And it empowers people to achieve their potential. Their messaging is basically motivation. They're saying, just do it. It encourages taking action and overcoming challenges. Their enemy is laziness and self-doubt. They're against these things. And quotes, just do it. If you have body, you're athlete. That is Nike personal brand. And again, knowing this gives us superpower because we can understand Nike's brand from inside and we can understand why they're making this kind of content. We can understand everything they're doing right now. These examples gives you information how you can implement this, and based on that, just try to create profile for yourself. Just try to use this kind of scheme, this kind of questions, and create a brand for yourself. For example, let's look at my brand. I haven't figured out absolutely everything, but I figured out something. And let's look at my example and my personal brand. So I'm trying to be bold. I'm trying to be really provocative in my style, but I'm not like Andrew Tate, aggressive kind of guy. I am more like kind and happy, but still provocative. This is a pretty interesting combination, and I love it about myself. Also, creative, professional, futuristic, visionary, business results oriented. Yes, I'm a creative guy. That's why I'm dressing like this, a little bit, I believe, strange and not so usual, because I simply want to show that I'm a pretty creative guy. But at the same time, I'm business oriented and I understand business and I understand how things works. And I'm not only creative, just thinking about aliens and cosmic futuristic. I can also solve business problems, and that's why I'm trying to show this to you. So I'm championing creative, open-minded people who are future-oriented, because I believe AI is coming. I absolutely love AI. I love futuristic style, I love future. So, value proposition, I offer luxury quality insights, lectures about creativity, future art, and marketing. That's why I'm creating this presentation, spending a lot of time creating all of that for you, because I believe this is good and this is what I bring to this world. Messaging, encouraging people to adapt quickly to future change and use creativity. Also not forgetting about business goals. Yeah, this is my messaging, this is how I translate myself. My enemy is traditional advertisers, TV advertisers, old guys who are not ready to resist global AI change and who are scared of AI. And quotes. These quotes are not necessarily by me, but they suits me really well and my brand really well. Future is happening now. It's time to explore and be creative. Another quote. The best way to predict the future is to create it. That's why I'm creating it. Have you seen any of this style and any of this presentation and how people animate this AI presentation in the internet? Not yet, because I believe that best way to predict the future is simply to create it. That's why I'm creating it right now. Sounds pretty cool, but I strongly believe in myself and my personal brand. Why you should know this? This is basically all the things why you should know this, because this information about your brand will dictate everything. You are doing. And when you're creating another post, another stories, when you're recording something, new video, when you're creating web page, you should consider all of these things we already talked about. Brand attributes, because this affect your visual identity. Video, photo, web page, overall design, typography, logo, color scheme, core identity, values and mission, what you believe, what differentiates you from other people, how will people remember you, how you talk, how you behave, what you say. But also, it depends on your content strategy, so you understand what kind of content you're doing, how frequently you're posting, and even your storytelling style, because there's so many different styles out there. And yeah, I know, you can be already a little bit overwhelmed because there's so many things and this is pretty hard to understand, especially if you're hearing this for the first time. I understand you, and this is really hard. That's why people hire professionals to do it. But the most important part, especially if you have a small company where there's not a lot of people, or you have a personal brand, the most important question you should ask yourself is, does it suit my brand? Does it suit my brand? And who knows better, does it suit your brand? You, especially if you're creating personal brand, these brand attributes, they will simply help to discover yourself, and it's not so hard. When creating another video, when creating another photo, just ask yourself, does it suit my brand? And answers should come to you. But if you're like me, the guy who is doing it for other people, make sure to consider these brand attributes when you're creating videos, design elements, anything for your clients. And it's really important. Please, sorry for interrupting. Came to tell to you, please subscribe to Oleg, because it is really hard to take this belt and make it like this. It's hard to breathe, so please subscribe to Oleg. He's trying really hard with these presentations. Oh, subscribe to Oleg. He deserves it. He creates nice content. And now comes, I believe, the most interesting topic of today's video, because understanding this can change all of your life, because your weakness is basically your strength. And this sounds absolutely crazy, and I didn't believe in that. I didn't believe for that for so many years, but when I realized it, it really changed. I will show you exactly why I believe this is true. For example, Ludwig Van Beethoven. He gradually lost his hearing, which could have ended his career as a composer and musician. But Beethoven's hearing loss pushed him to innovate and compose some of his greatest works during his later years, including Ninth Symphony, and his ability to hear music in his mind and push the boundaries of the composition. This is truly beautiful, how this guy, from his weakness, created his strength and simply crazy things that now everybody knows him, because true strength comes from weakness. This is two absolutely different things, but this is true. Because if you're thinking strong people are really, really strong, that's not true. Strong people learned how to accept their weaknesses and how to embrace their weaknesses and how to make their weaknesses strong part of themselves. And for example, Claude Monet, also really famous painter, suffered from cataract, which impaired his vision later in life. Monet's vision problems led him to see colors differently, influencing his later works with unique, softer focus and bold use of color. This change in his visual perception contributed to the development of his distinctive style in his later years. So that's crazy. This guy is the painter and he couldn't even see colors naturally. And that becomes his X factor and why he is different from others. This brought to him his unique style and unique perspective in seeing art that is truly beautiful. For example, let's look to my case. My weakness is I have psychological stuttering. I have strong self-doubt and absolutely uncontrolled panic attack due to a lot of stress happened to me. But I turned my weakness into this strength because I am practicing speaking on camera every day and read books on public speaking and mastering the art and science of voice, because I understand that this thing is just killing me, and if I will not create these videos and if I will not talk to camera, I couldn't even talk to people. So that's why I simply need to practice every day to speak to camera, because this helps me so much to speak with the people, because I simply stutter. That is my weakness, and I combine it into the strength because this gives me motivation to simply master my voice and to understand why this is happening to me and how to master my voice, how to not stutter with the people. And that also gives me advantage, because no one ever will record his voice on the camera and speak to the camera and talk to the camera every day. This is impossible, but I simply need to do it so I can at least speak with the people and say at least something to them. And this is how I turned my weakness into strength. I strongly believe that there's no ideal person. We're not AI robots. There's no ideal human on this earth. So you should find your weakness, and the most important and beautiful step that you already learned. You already know your weakness, but try to look to your weakness from a different lens, from a different perspective, and probably you will see something beautiful in this weakness. And this was going to differentiate you from other people. That's going to become your strength. Now, let's talk more about personal brand. And also, actually, this kind of topic is also related if you have even a huge company. For example, what is doing Ryanair? His tone of voice is absolutely crazy, and I'm astonished by that. What do I mean by that? You need to stand out. You need to stand out every time, everywhere, in everything you are doing, because if you're different, you attract people around you. So be different and stand out. And Ryanair example case, they are doing it brilliantly, amazing. Let's look at their messaging and tone of voice and how they answer comments. I'm flying tomorrow with Ryanair to Scotland. Nobody cares. What the fuck? Ryanair, what is this? Your daddy. Why is Ryanair so expensive for? It's giving brokey. Remember that one time fell over on a Ryanair flight? Honestly, you all owe me an apology. Never. I believe that's absolutely crazy, and this is brilliant because nobody answered comments like this. No one, no company that answered TikTok comments like this. Ryanair is the only company who is doing it, and that's why they stand out, and that's why it brings them results. First of all, let's watch their TikTok content, because this is also absolutely crazy. Let's see. Ryanair has no benefits. Complimentary toilet access. What the fuck are this video? Let's watch another video. Day 23 of getting Ryanair to sponsor our long distance relationships.
Phew, but now?
What the fuck? They are trolling everybody. Ryanair tone of voice is trolling.
Did you know? Did you know that whenever you run in air, you fly Europe, fly Ryanair to destination
What?
Ryanair? This is because plane destination and it fly to wherever you Ryanair to fly. Understood?
Understood. This is genius. Just look how they're absolutely different from everybody else, from their competitors. And they stand out. And that's why they're the biggest European airline company. And they have the biggest following. 2.3 million followers on TikTok. This is more than 2 times from the different European companies. And yes, Ryanair, you're doing an amazing job and you already discovered what is branding and you have a really, really strong brand and strong personality and you're different. And that's why you earn a lot of money because you different from others. It was a long talk, but we learned really, really important stuff today. So let's sum up this lesson and see what we have learned. So first thing you need to do is to understand your brand by using brand attributes template that I already shared. It's really important to understand tone of voice, messaging, who you champion, and other important things. Develop your personal style. You need to think about your personal style and you need to develop it. Colors you're using. For example, my color is orange. Style you're using. How you speak to people, how you present information. So this is really important to develop your personal style. Find your uniqueness and find how you're going to be different. And probably your weakness is going to be your uniqueness and your strength. And stand out and be different from anybody else. You need to be different. You need to stand out in this world. If you're an ordinary person, nobody cares about you. Come on. But do you know what is the most beautiful thing? We don't have ordinary people. Everybody are unique. They are just scared to show it because our society made them like this. They're scared to stand out. They're scared, they're shy, and they're not ready to stand out. But this is truly important. And this is the beautiful part. We are all unique. All people in this world are unique. Somebody is showing it, somebody is hiding it and scared. But why are you hiding what is beautiful? Why are you hiding this? Today we understood ourselves, our brands, and the second important thing in content marketing, that is branding. Great job. And last thing I want to tell, and I want to end with the quote as always: he who knows others is wise, he who knows himself is enlightened, and he who knows how to create content is the top G of the modern times. If Lao Tzu was living in modern time and in our era, he would definitely say it. I know it. I know it for sure. Thank you so much and bye-bye. See you in the next one.